Peace, family. It's Jay, Mr.Real Estate. We back. Actually, let's change that. It's Jay Morrison, right? So before Mr.Real Estate, I got to brand me. It's Jay Morrison, and we back for How to Level Up Part 8. This is the 8th part to our series. Again, this is a series non-fancy. I don't got to go show a bunch of my cars and walk through a mansion and all of that. Man, it's just giving you real game from a big homie, from somebody that really did it, somebody that loves you, somebody that cares about you, somebody that wants to see you win in life. And so this is our How to Level Up series. And one thing, I wrote this down yesterday. This was fresh on me, and I want to tell everybody, if you want to truly embrace your grind, is to embrace the time that it takes for your grind. See, many of us grind, but we don't grind long enough or hard enough. We don't understand the time it takes for big ideas or good ideas sometimes to come to fruition. Sometimes you can have a great idea and it might pop in a month or 90 days or whatever, or it might be a year or 2 year long grind. Many of you all see what we've done with the Jay Morrison Academy, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, the Jay Morrison brand, or whatever it is, like my books, just a lot of the cool things that we do, development projects that we have, etc. But you don't understand the grind that I put in and the time that it took. I didn't even understand the time. I thought I would be a household name and like this big superstar in like a year. I just was being immature about the kind of time it takes for things to develop and evolve. To run a full staff and operation and have all the process, procedures, and controls in place, to run a good company, and just all the nuances that it takes to do something really thorough, it just takes time. And so if you're gonna be a grinder, a hustler, and you really want to embrace your grind, you got to embrace the time that it takes for your grind to work, the time that it takes for your grind to pay off. And so if you're gonna win at life, like it's all about how to level up, you have to be patient, we got to be disciplined, and we got to understand that these things don't happen overnight, right? So I want everybody to, chill, understand it's a process. If you're not rich by 25, you might be rich by 30. If not 30, not 35, not 35, 40. I tell people all the time, if you purchased a 2-family home every year from the time you were 25, you bought 1 2-family, just one home every year, over 20 years, right? Over the next 20 years, you'd have 44 units, right? Or, 40 doors. Yeah, you have 40 doors in 20 years. 20 units, right? So in 20 years, you have 20 units, 22 families, 2 doors apiece, 40 doors. If each of those 2 families brought you in even $1,000, even say $500, if each of those 2 families brought you in a $500 profit, right? So you got 22 families over 20 years, they brought you $500 profit each. That'd be $10,000 a month in residual income where you can live pretty comfortable. Not to mention that if each of those 2 families appreciated in value over the next 20 years, appreciated $50,000 in value, you now have $1 million in net worth per those 2 families, plus $100,000 a year or $120,000 a year coming in. So you'd be a millionaire and you have cash flow and you'd be having this lifestyle freedom. Now, if you started when you were 25, it took you 20 years, you'd be 45 years old. But if I were to tell you that through time in your grind, at 45 years old, you would be worth at least $1 million just from your real estate assets and have 120 grand a year coming in clear, free and clear to your pocket. Would you sign up for that? Obviously, there's greater lives. There's greater lives to have or greater goals to achieve. You can double or triple that. But I'm just saying from a basic standpoint, even if it took you 20 years from 25 to 45, that's not a bad life at 45 years old to have 20 units, 120 a year of residual that you ain't got to work for, and $1 million in net worth. It's just time. You ain't got to do it all overnight. We speeding so fast to try to live like a rap video right now when most of them kings is crashing. So again, just take time, trust your grind, and trust the time that it takes for your grind to come to fruition. This How to Level Up Part 8? I think so. Whatever it is, you want to take it anyway. And we rocking, we rolling. All right, peace. HTLU.